When a nation's top intelligence official suddenly steps down, the world pays attention. Questions begin to spread, speculation grows, political tensions rise, and in Washington, every unexpected resignation creates a storm of theories, debates, and uncertainty. Now, America is facing exactly that moment. Tulsi Gabbard, one of the most controversial and closely watched political figures in modern American politics, has officially announced her resignation as the Director of National Intelligence (DNI), sending shockwaves through political circles, intelligence agencies, and global media. Reports say her resignation becomes effective on June 30, 2026, ending a dramatic and highly debated chapter in U.S. national security leadership. Reuters +1. But the biggest question remains. Why did Tulsi Gabbard resign? Was this truly a personal decision? Or was there a deeper political story unfolding behind closed doors? This is the story behind one of the most surprising resignations in America's intelligence world. Before understanding the resignation, it is important to understand who Tulsi Gabbard is and why her political journey has always attracted intense attention. Tulsi Gabbard is not an ordinary political figure. She first gained national attention as a Democratic congresswoman from Hawaii and later became one of the most unique voices in American politics. A military veteran, former presidential candidate, and outspoken critic of U.S. foreign wars, Gabbard often challenged political expectations from both Democrats and Republicans. Wikipedia. Her rise to power surprised many observers. In late 2024, after returning to national politics, President Donald Trump selected Gabbard to become the Director of National Intelligence, one of the most powerful national security positions in the United States. She officially took office in February 2025 after Senate confirmation. The appointment instantly became controversial. Supporters praised her military experience and independence, while critics questioned her foreign policy positions and political background. Wikipedia +1. As DNI, Gabbard oversaw America's intelligence community, which includes 18 major intelligence agencies responsible for gathering and analyzing information about threats facing the United States. This position carries enormous responsibility, influencing decisions related to war, terrorism, cybersecurity, and global diplomacy. Wikipedia +1. For months, Tulsi Gabbard remained a major voice inside the Trump administration. Yet behind the scenes, tensions were quietly building. And then came the announcement that shocked Washington. According to reports published Friday, Tulsi Gabbard formally informed President Trump that she would resign from her position, ending her tenure as America's intelligence chief. In a public statement and resignation letter, Gabbard explained that her decision was driven by deeply personal reasons. She said she needed to step away from public office because her husband had recently been diagnosed with a rare and serious form of bone cancer. She stated that her focus now must be on supporting her family during an extremely difficult time. https://www.wout.com+2. For many Americans, this explanation immediately generated sympathy. Family comes first. Even in the world of politics and national security, personal tragedy can change everything. In her message, Gabbard reportedly described the emotional challenges ahead and explained that she wanted to remain by her husband's side throughout his medical battle. Reports indicate she told President Trump directly during an Oval Office meeting before making the decision public. Reuters +1. However, Washington is a city that rarely accepts political events at face value. And almost immediately, speculation began. Was this resignation only about family? Or was there another story behind the scenes? Some political analysts have pointed to growing tensions inside the administration. In recent months, several reports suggested that Tulsi Gabbard had become increasingly isolated within parts of the national security structure. Some observers argued that her influence appeared weaker than expected for someone holding one of America's most powerful intelligence positions. Reports claimed that disagreements over national security priorities, especially regarding Iran, may have created political friction between Gabbard and senior officials. The Guardian +1. Foreign policy disagreements are nothing unusual in Washington. But during moments of military tension, disagreements inside intelligence leadership can become politically explosive. According to some reports, friction reportedly intensified after intelligence assessments related to Iran created debate within policy circles. Questions surrounding military decisions and strategic priorities reportedly increased pressure inside the administration. While no official statement directly links these disagreements to her resignation, several political observers believe they may have contributed to a difficult political environment. The Guardian +1. Still, supporters of Tulsi Gabbard strongly reject the idea that politics forced her out. Many believe her resignation should be understood primarily as a family decision. They argue that stepping away during a spouse's serious illness is understandable and deeply human. Politics, power, and government positions can wait. Family cannot. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump publicly praised Gabbard after the announcement. Trump reportedly thanked her for her service and said she had done an incredible job during her time leading the intelligence community. Reports also suggest that Aaron Lucas, Gabbard's principal deputy, is expected to serve as acting director of national intelligence following her departure. https://www.wout.com+1. Yet for many Americans, another important question remains unanswered. What happens next? The Director of National Intelligence is not an ordinary government office. This position helps shape intelligence briefings, national security priorities, and the President's understanding of global threats. At a time when America faces international tensions, cyber threats, military conflicts, and geopolitical uncertainty, leadership changes inside intelligence agencies attract enormous attention. Some experts worry that sudden transitions can create instability. Others argue that intelligence institutions are designed to remain stable even during leadership changes. The reality likely falls somewhere in between. The intelligence community is built to survive political turnover. However, leadership style matters. Every intelligence chief brings a unique approach. Some focus aggressively on counterterrorism. Others prioritize cybersecurity. Some emphasize foreign diplomacy and strategic caution. Tulsi Gabbard entered office promising to rebuild trust, strengthen intelligence transparency, and focus on protecting American security. During her tenure, she often emphasized accountability and strategic thinking, though critics questioned certain aspects of her political messaging and intelligence priorities. Wikipedia +1. Her supporters viewed her as independent. Her critics viewed her as controversial. But almost everyone agreed on one thing. Tulsi Gabbard was different. Unlike many career intelligence officials, she came into the role with a highly visible political identity, military experience, and strong public opinions on global conflicts. That made her leadership style unusual, and sometimes unpredictable. Across social media, reactions to the resignation spread rapidly. Some users praised her service. Others questioned the timing. Political commentators debated whether this marked a personal tragedy or a political turning point. News channels immediately shifted into analysis mode. What would happen to America's intelligence strategy? Who would replace her permanently? Would President Trump appoint another loyal political ally? Or choose a traditional intelligence professional? The uncertainty only fueled more headlines. And globally, foreign governments watched carefully. America's intelligence leadership matters far beyond Washington. Countries around the world monitor changes inside the U.S. national security system because those decisions can influence military policy, alliances, diplomacy, and international security calculations. From Europe to the Middle East to Asia, intelligence decisions affect the global balance of power. That is why Tulsi Gabbard's resignation matters internationally. It is not merely a staffing change. It is a shift inside one of the world's most powerful security systems. At the same time, this moment also reveals something deeper about politics. Behind headlines and government titles are real human beings facing personal struggles. Public officials may appear powerful, but illness, grief, and family emergencies affect everyone equally. In her resignation message, Tulsi Gabbard emphasized personal responsibility toward family, a reminder that even national leaders sometimes step away from public service because private battles become more important than public office. https://www.wout.com+1. Still, controversy is unlikely to disappear. Political analysts will continue debating whether the resignation story is entirely personal or partly political. Journalists will continue searching for details. Opponents and supporters will continue interpreting events through different political lenses. That is how Washington works. Sometimes the official explanation tells the full story. Sometimes it only reveals part of it. And sometimes the truth becomes clearer months later. For now, one reality is certain. Tulsi Gabbard's resignation marks the end of an important and controversial chapter in American intelligence leadership. Her journey from soldier to congresswoman, from presidential candidate to intelligence chief, has been one of the most unusual political stories in modern America. Some viewed her as courageous. Some viewed her as divisive. But few ignored her Now, as she prepares to leave office, another chapter begins, both for her personally and for America's intelligence system. The biggest unanswered question remains: who will step into one of the most powerful security positions in the world? And perhaps even more importantly, will this resignation change the future direction of U.S. intelligence policy? Only time will reveal the answer. For now, Washington watches. America waits. And the world continues asking, why did Tulsi Gabbard really resign? Reuters +2.